Hi, PerspectaWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday, April 14th. A strong cold front came through the eastern states late yesterday, caused numerous showers and thunderstorms. Colder air has filtered into the mid-Atlantic region and the northeast U.S. The real core of this cold air outbreak is across the middle part of the nation. And as we begin the day today on Tuesday, it's virtually below normal from coast to coast. You can see the blues and the purples extending right from the west coast all the way to the eastern seaboard here. And again, the coldest core of this particular air mass relative to normal is across the middle part of the nation. This is unusual cold for this time of the year, for the middle part of April. Yesterday we were looking at upper level temperatures of 500 millibars, right actually in the middle part of the atmosphere, a widespread area of 40 degrees below zero at 500 millibars. And there are some reports that some of those temperatures in places like South Dakota, Aberdeen, South Dakota, actually had a temperature of minus 43 degrees at 500 millibars. Nobody can remember that in recorded history, and I'm sure they do keep stats and that sort of thing, but this is unusual cold, and in fact there are many records or near record lows across the nation this morning. Let's take a look at that right now. Well, this map comes from coolweather.com, and it shows all those areas with the indication here of a circle, those areas that have near record lows or actual record lows for the date. Still early in the morning too, out in the western part of the nation, so this could expand a little bit to the west here over the next hour or two. But all these dark blue circles with a white circle around it are areas where record low temperatures are being set. Here, for example, down to 15 degrees in Beatrice Municipal, Nebraska, all the way down into Clovis, New Mexico, a record of 25 degrees, and all the way up to the North Dakota region, Minot, down to 10 degrees, or very close to 10 degrees, a 60-year record in that particular case here. So again, a widespread area below normal, not only below normal, but record-breaking type of cold for the middle part of April in much of the middle and even the western part of the nation. We go all the way out here to Nevada, Elko, Nevada here, 15 degrees, a 72-year-old daily low temperature record. This is a great capability at coolweather.com. Look at the record breakers and you'll find this kind of a plot. But again, very cold air, the coldest core of this air mass in the middle part of the nation, spilling into the mid-Atlantic region and the northeast U.S., and much cooler than what we experienced on Monday. Well, let's take a look at the surface forecast maps from last night's operational run at 0Z. A couple of interesting systems coming into this colder air in the mid-Atlantic region over the next 3 or 4 days. One arrives late tonight, continues into early Wednesday, primarily a rain event, but because of this colder than normal air mass that is now filtering into the mid-Atlantic region, certainly can be some snowflakes mixed in at times. As we begin the day here, notice this kind of kink in the isobar pattern. This is that frontal system, really, the frontal system that came through late yesterday. It's tending to stall out just to the south and east of the D.C. to New York City corridor here, and that frontal boundary zone will act as a kind of a conduit for moisture. Maybe a weak low pressure area will form along this frontal boundary zone. Let's now push forward in time and watch what happens in this particular region. Again, there's a kind of a stalled out frontal boundary zone there with nothing much during the next few hours, but then by early tonight, an area of precipitation will break out across the highlands of West Virginia and Western Virginia and Maryland. Certainly can be some snow in this area, maybe even some accumulating snow across West Virginia, for example, in the far western areas of Maryland and Virginia. Again, this is along that frontal boundary zone. Then overnight, it moves to the north and east, and again, it's a relatively weak low pressure area, not a significant precipitation event. Primarily rain in the big cities of D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, and not much when you look at the big picture here. But again, it could be cold enough for some wet snowflakes to mix in. Let's go into Wednesday morning. Again, a little bit of blue showing up just to the south and west of D.C. This time of the year, pretty much any time of the year, you have a better chance for snow in those higher elevation locations to the north and west of Route 95. Again, some rain showers late tonight, early tomorrow in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. Can be some wet snowflakes mixed in at times. That then pulls away, and notice here by Wednesday evening here, let's take a look at this 528 thickness. We've talked about these thickness values before. These are the thickness of the bottom half of the atmosphere from 1,000 millibars to 500 millibars, and generally there's a correlation between the depth of that particular mass of air between the surface and the middle part of the atmosphere. The lower the thickness generally correlates with the lower the temperature. And I just want to point out, watch the movement of this 528 thickness from tomorrow night into early Thursday. And here it drops south and east. In other words, there's a secondary cold front coming, a reinforcing cold front coming Wednesday night. That cold front could have some snow showers associated with it across central Pennsylvania, maybe the mountains of western Maryland and Virginia. Maybe even a snow shower or two can sneak into the I-95 corridor region. But nonetheless, a reinforcing cold front comes through Wednesday night, early Thursday, and continues our chilly weather pattern right through the end of the work week. And then looking upstream, another area of low pressure will form and head on into that colder air. And here we are by Friday. Generally a precipitation event, it looks like north of the Mason-Dixon line, and in some of these areas, again, especially the higher elevation areas, could be some wet snow or some wet snow mixed in with some rain. Low pressure forms along this boundary zone here. Again, a kind of a stalled out boundary zone here, but rain, maybe some snowflakes mixed in north of the Pennsylvania-Maryland border, probably rain showers down across D.C., and that pulls away here, and again, a continuation into early Saturday. Basically, a chilly pattern continues right into the upcoming weekend, and certainly, as we've talked about in recent video discussions, more cold air outbreaks coming our way into the central and eastern U.S. as we progress through the remainder of the month of April. That's it for now. For PerspectaWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.